What's up, everybody? It's another day, which means it's another chance for a win. No matter what happened yesterday, if it was a good day or a bad day, it's over. And today's a new day, we get a new chance. So today I'm going to take two stories and tie them in together into one lesson that maybe will make sense or maybe it won't, but here it goes. When I was growing up at Scott County Central, one of the guys that was on my team, he was a year older than me in school. It was Coach Cookson's son, Brad Cookson. He was a year older than me, and we would practice, especially when we were on the varsity. Our practices would go, 2-3 hours a day at least. And so at the end of that practice, we'd be running line drills, and we're running. And Coach Cookson, he really worked us hard. So we'd be at the end of practice, and we're running. And Brad, his son, would strategically, not every day, but a lot of times he would say, "Hey, Dad, hold on a minute. Let me tie my shoe." And so Brad would bend over, sometimes untie his shoe, retie his shoe, and he'd buy us all 30, 40 seconds of a breather, which came in really handy, at the end of those practices with Coach Cookson because, he wore us out. So anyway, it got to going along, and it, when the other guys saw Brad would do it, we had another guy or two that started to do it also, and it kind of got out of hand to the point where Coach was like, "Hey, no, you guys can run. Your shoe's not untied." He kind of figured out our trick. But, Brad would use this trick to tie his shoe in the middle of all of our running to buy us a little extra rest. And so the point of the story is that was kind of used as a way to buy rest. But have you ever been playing or been out there playing ball or running cross country or whatever you're doing and your shoe comes untied? That can really, really set you back if you're, in any kind of athletic contest and your shoe comes untied. Just think about, walking down the hall at work or just throughout your day. If your shoe comes untied, just for me personally, I can't stand it. I got to bend over and tie my shoe and fix it. My son, Trey, his shoes come untied all the time, and to the point where I just look at him like, "Are you serious? Like, tie your shoes. You got to keep your shoes tied. How you going to play ball with your shoes not tied up?" So the point being, make sure your shoes are tied. Make sure you're ready for the play to start. Make sure you're ready so you don't have to stop and go back and do something that should have already been taken care of in the first place. So tying that into a conversation I had this weekend with a guy that used to play for me. He's actually playing college right now, and he sent me a message, and he's like, "Hey, Coach, I've got some game film I want you to watch. If you don't care, watch this game film for me and tell me what you think, and be honest with me." So I watched the film. I watched about 10 or 15 minutes of it, and I shot this guy a text back, and I said, "Well, first of all, your team can't score, but here's the deal, you're not playing very hard." And I kind of, not let him have it, but I was honest with him and told him, you're going to get your chance to play, but if you got your chance to play right now, you would not be ready because you're taking this play off and this play off, and you're not doing this and you're not doing that. So instead of, worrying about how much you're getting to play right now, worry about being ready when you do get to play. In other words, make sure your shoes are tied so when this line drill starts, you're ready to run. Make sure that you're playing hard and you're playing defense and you're doing this and you're doing that so that when your coach gives you that chance to play, you're ready to play. Think about that in your own life today. I know I go to work every morning and I go through the same process to start my day to try to make sure that I don't forget anything. I try to make sure that I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. And so I guess that's kind of the moral of the story. Maybe this one made sense to you, maybe it didn't, but that was always funny when Brad would untie his shoe and retie it to try to buy us that extra rest. But there's a lesson there. It's hard to run a line drill if your shoe's not tied. It's hard to go in and play well if you're not ready. How oftentimes in life do we complain about something? Man, I wish that I had this, I wish I had that. But if you had it right now, you wouldn't be ready. You know what I mean? So it's just something to think about. Instead of looking ahead, and that's the whole concept of my website, just win today. Make today a good day. What can you do today to be ready? What can you do today to get ready? So that if that good thing happened to you, or that thing you've been, the job you've been wanting or whatever, if it fell in your lap right now, would you be ready? So that's kind of where I'm at today. There's an article that's going to come out here in just a minute. If you go to the website, you can sign up for the push notification. You just click something and it signs you up, and you'll never miss an update. So if you guys will go on and do that, you know, when these updates come out, you'll get them. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. So anyway, I hope everybody has a good day. Check out the website, justwintoday.com. And I hope everybody has an awesome day. JWT.